Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about ink blending and a way that you might be able to improve your ink blending if you have problems with it. Sometimes it might not be what you're doing, it might be what you're doing it on. For example, it might be paper. So I am in the Altenew Certified Educator program, and I got selected to be in that, and I'm in one of our class assignments is we had to take this class, and it was on ink blending. Well, I learned a lot in the class, so I wanted to show you something that we learned. Was to take and make ink swatches, which everybody knows how to make an ink swatch, but do it with ink blending instead, and use different paper. Because sometimes the effect you get on paper is going to be different with your ink. So this is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. We're going to ink blend on this to begin with. And I figured while I was making my swatches, I might as well do this on camera. So I'm on my Paradise ink pad, and I cannot find my ink stand anywhere. So I'm just making do. So I've loaded my brush, and I'm going to come in from the bottom and ink blend all the way up and let it just do a graduation. And I have a very soft hand, so that's another problem you may be doing. You might be pressing too hard. But this is just a very soft hand. I've barely loaded the brush up. I'm going to come in softly, and look where I'm holding my brush. It allows me a little bit more control, but allows me to have a little bit lighter pressure too. So I'm coming in with my next layer and just blending that up. Come in again, do this one. Just letting that ink blend out softly. And I do switch, like I'll go left to right circular and then left to right circular motions. That way it kind of helps me get a smoother blend. But there is my Paradise ink on Neenah 80-pound cardstock. So I'm going to write Paradise up here at the top, and it's by Pink Fresh, so I just put a PF. I know this is Neenah, so I'm going to stick it over in my Neenah stack. The next one I'm going to do the same ink, but I'm going to use Canson XL watercolor paper instead. So I'm going to ink the brush up. And I'm on the smooth side. The Canson XL has two sides. It has a little rougher side and a smoother side. I'm going to use the smoother side. And then we're going to compare all of these when we get done, side by side. You can already see with the watercolor paper, I'm able to get a longer blend out of just that little bit of application of ink. So another thing is cardstock matters. And you're going to get a different look on each cardstock you have. Here's our third application. The ink on the watercolor paper actually sits on top a little bit longer. So you have a little bit more time to move the ink around. All right, so there's our Paradise ink. On our watercolor paper. I'll move that over here. The next paper we're going to blend on is Bristol Smooth Cardstock. And this, because it is You can use it with water media. It actually acts kind of like the watercolor paper because the ink does sit on top a little bit longer, so you're able to get a much longer, more viscosity in your ink with your blending, because that it's not soaking in completely to the cardstock like it does with Nina. But as we're doing this, these over here are kind of drying, and I do have some examples already dried that we can pull in and look at also. But you can see just with that Bristol how much longer I'm getting to blend. And it's actually, I don't know if you can see it on camera as well, but it's actually sitting on top of the paper a longer time because it's a coating on it that's not letting it soak in immediately. And each color has been different, I will tell you that. All right, so there is our Paradise ink. Let's put... All right, I'm gonna move my paper out of the way, and I was just ink blending on some cardstock scrap. I normally use either this crappy cardstock that I have or copy paper. So there's the Paradise on Bristol. There's the Paradise on Canson XL watercolor paper. And then this is the Paradise ink on Nina Solar White. So you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can actually see there is a difference with each cardstock. Like you can see how smooth and velvety the Nina is. And then with the watercolor paper, you have a little texture of the watercolor paper, and it has a little bit different of a look. And same thing with the Bristol. It has a different look. So we'll look at another set. This is the turquoise ink from Peak Fresh Studio on Bristol. And there's the turquoise on the watercolor paper and the turquoise on the Nina. Let me pull in a different ink company. And we'll look at that. All right, here is Mardi Gras from Catherine Pooler. So let me find that one over here on the Bristol. Here it is on the Bristol. And on the Nina. Here it is on the Nina. And I did these a little while ago, so they're a lot more dry and have dried back a little bit more. And you can really see the difference. So if you're having problems ink blending, this is something I would challenge you to try, is to do your swatches. And all I did was take the 3 different pieces of paper, cut them down to 2 by 3.5, and make my little swatches. You could use a die if you wanted to, but I would challenge you, if you're having problems with ink blending, again, try this experiment, see how it comes out, because it may be your paper is reacting differently to your ink. All right, that's it for me today. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Love you.